Oh, welcome back to the Game of the Year, whatever.
The only Game of the Year award show that matters.
Yeah.
True.
I am Aaron. I'm with Jacob, Aaron, and Phil.
Yeah.
And we're here to talk about games that we played this year and maybe some that we beat.
Yeah, so we have 34 games. Yeah, on the docket. So we'll get almost right into it. But what I'll say starting off is that I had the guys give me their list, and what we did is the number 1 game was worth 10 points, and the number 10 game was worth, or number 10 was worth 1 point, and so I added them all up, and then we got our Game of the Year selection. So we'll start off at number 34, and then some people only it was nominated, so you'll know who you are when you.
Yeah.
So number 34, Supperland.
Superland.
Oh boy, Superland.
Supperland.
I'm pretty sure it's Supperland.
It is Supperland.
Is that how it's pronounced? I thought it was called Superland.
I think it's Supra.
Supra.
It's spelled Supra.
I know it's German, so like.
Yeah, you're the German guy here, so you should know. It's only been 10 years.
Superland.
Oh, it's with a Z, dang.
I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. There were some parts that could have been better, but like it was fine. It was fun.
It was a neat little collectathon.
Yeah, it was pretty good once you got the moon jump when you bought happiness, and were allowed to like disregard the game's rules.
Yeah.
That's what it is, Phil. You're looking over here like, what?
Look, all I heard is buy happiness, and I'm like, what?
Happiness does not do what you think it does.
For like 1,000 coins, you can buy happiness, and it can be yours, in its moon jump.
Okay.
It was a little annoying to collect everything, but
yeah, closing all the portals was bad.
for me it was collecting all the chests. I didn't think closing all the portals was that bad, but
Okay.
because there was like one chest in the corner of the map that I just could not find. Like
Well,
anywhere.
it was in the corner of the map.
Like I went by that area of the map like 10 times, and the buzzer or whatever the alert sound was just never rang.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I should also state that there could be spoiler talks, and not all of these games have come out this year. So
Yeah, there's one on there from like the 90s.
So.
Oh.
All right, so next up at number 33, Atelier Ryza 1. Oh no, it's just Atelier Ryza. That's with 1 point.
I played Atelier Ryza. I played the first one, so that is actually accurate. Because I was I was pretending to get ready for the third one, and I played it for a bit, and it's alright.
And you fell in love with all the character designs. They are all very magical.
The character designs are solid. The main girl is
Thick?
oh
Is there a lot of cake?
Yes.
yeah.
Do you get to eat the cake?
You
No.
can buy a figure. It's like $200 some bucks.
Yeah.
Why are they all that expensive?
She is
Cake.
an amazing character design. In many ways, she is a great character design. I'm not gonna buy a figure of her because everyone's gonna think something.
Oh, I
and
lied. I think
They
it's
might be
$500.
right.
It is pretty expensive. I have looked into it, and yeah, it is more than I am willing to spend.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess 1 month of rent can go to this figure.
Jake just threw it all on the table and said, I have looked into it.
Look, I played the first 2 games. I platinumed both of them. They were both very fun.
I liked what I played. It's one of those Tales of Berseria situations where it's like, this is decent. I may never come back to this.
Well, yeah, it's a JRPG. You play it once, and then you get about 2/3 of the way in.
Oh, I'm not even 2/3.
Maybe a 4th, and you just kind of give up.
Oh, dude, I'm like a 10th, if that. And I'm just like, I like what this is doing. Not enough to keep playing it. But it left an impression.
That's why it's our number 33.
Yep.
All right, number 32 is Rumbleverse / Multiverses. So I nominate these two. Rumbleverses is just a wrestling game that's a battle royale, which is fun. I have a video where I hid, and then got to kill the last 2 people in one. And I was like, well, I got my victory royale, and don't have to play this game anymore. Mm-hmm. And Multiverses is just the WB version of Smash Bros.
And God, is it awful.
It might have been higher if they didn't lock all the characters behind. There's no well, there is kind of a paywall, but you can unlock all the characters by just playing.
Is Shaggy the best character?
No,
I never got to
No
unlock.
Ultra Instinct?
I never got to unlock him.
No Ultra Instinct.
no,
Damn.
all the characters suck. They feel too floaty to play.
Damn.
It's
Yeah, I think it's bi-weekly, so you get 4 characters unlocked, and then every week it changes.
oh, it doesn't. Okay, that's kind of cool, I guess.
But if you play training mode, you can play as all the characters.
oh
And all their skins.
boy, Gold Superman. Oh
so-
boy,
So that's
plays
what,
exactly like a
so I
regular
just put
Superman.
those 2 because they came out about the same time, and I'm pretty sure people probably forget Rumbleverse, Multiverses.
I forgot Rumbleverse. I downloaded it, then I looked at it and said, deleted.
Yeah, the biggest thing is just the paywall. I mean, you have to have the or not paywall, the items. You have to have the items. You know, like Fortnite does it well, where it's like, no, it's kind of cool skin. These characters look kind of ugly. But at number 31, we have Wife Quest.
I was kind of hoping this would be lower. I wanted to tell you I want this to be the bottom one.
You could have.
I could have, but I decided not to. Anyway,
These
Wife
are all
Quest.
ones.
Yes. A game where your husband gets kidnapped by monster ladies, and you had to beat them up.
And for some reason, he was disappointed.
Wait. Yeah, kind
He
of.
was disappointed.
Well, I mean,
To be fair, though, this game knocked off several games I feel like deserved more points from me. Like, this game, I made it a point to keep on my top 10 list, just to physically spite Phil.
I played Wife Quest for all of about 5 minutes, and I was like, wait, I know a better version of this game, of what this is trying to do. And I just went and played fucking Reverie Under Moonlight.
Good times.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, good times.
All right, so now we have a number 30. I think I didn't put the full name. Is it Pokemon Fool's Gold?
Yeah. So
Not even a real game.
It's a mod.
I played a ROM hack of Crystal called Pokemon Fool's Gold, where every single Pokemon is a regional variant, and there's even regional variants for mons that are in Kanto, and then they put in the Sevi Islands, and there's Sevi Pokemon too, and it's nuts. It was just a completely clean slate of a Pokemon game to play, and I had a ton of fun. Until I got to the end, when everyone had level 100s, and then you fight the final trainer, and he's got level 115s.
I could have taken him.
I mean, I did beat.
Can you not level up past 100?
No, fuck you.
That's kind of
He literally said he cheated.
Well, I mean,
At least he's self-aware.
yeah, I was gonna say at least he's announcing that he.
At least he's honest.
But
Pulling
like,
a Team Plasma.
but like the thing, like it was just fucking dumb. And then they put Arceus in the game, and Arceus has like 1,000 BST.
Nice.
I want to know what that Arceus looks like. What is a variant of Arceus looks like? Because an Arceus can be anything.
It's Arceus, but like cosmic. But it's all the Sevi legendaries are actually based on characters from the Wizard of Oz.
Ew.
It's okay. It's a clever gimmick, but it's like I don't want Wizard of Oz in my Pokemon.
I remember seeing some of those Fool's Gold designs, and I'm like, this is either really good or really bad.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a coin flip. The Pidgeot with the Tommy gun is one of my favorites.
That was pretty cool. I'll give that.
It was fucking hilarious, but it was just a really good, really fun, fresh experience that I played a shit ton of. I did 2 full playthroughs. It was a good time. I would recommend it if you're looking. If you have that Gen 2 nostalgia and you want to be able to play it in a fresh way, Fool's Gold is actually.
If you want to play Gen 2 in a better way.
I heard the final boss isn't cheated, so.
Yeah, I mean he is, but like, I mean, and also getting through Mount Silver is a huge pain in the ass because there's a whole nother dungeon after just to get to Red. But good game. I had a lot of fun. That's why it even made my top 10.
Nice. Good. Well, at number 29, Nier, is it Replacement?
Replicant.
God damn it!
We already said that.
Am I the only person who put this on my list?
Yes.
I haven't played it, so...
Alright, so...
I bought it.
Nier 1 is... I like Nier 1 more than Nier Automata, and I realize that I am the only human being on the face of the planet that feels that way, but I just love the Nier jank combat of Nier, and then they made a remake of it, and it's like, fuck yeah, I want to play Nier 1 again. And it's just as jank a combat as it was in the first one. It's a little bit better, but they didn't fix it to like an Automata level, which made me happy because I want it to be jank and weird and like not quite right, because that's what I love about it. Tons of hit stop and like beating the crap out of Skrull monsters with shields all over their bodies and like beating them with a giant sword and watching it all fly off. It's a really fun time, and then the whole game makes you feel like shit, which is what Nier games do.
You still get to wear the battle panties?
No, because you play as the brother and not the dad. But the dad is in the game in some way.
Don't explain the battle panties to them.
No, I won't. Yeah, anyway.
I've bought Nier Automata and I haven't played it yet, so...
Well, that's Automata.
There's battle panties in that one too, but they're worn in the right place.
Yes, you just have to blow off your skirt.
Maybe.
Anyway,
can't wait to see that interpreted in the game.
Alright, at 28, we have Bayonetta. Bayonetta 3.
Bayonetta 3, oh boy.
Okay, I gotta ask, who put this on?
Yeah,
did.
seriously.
You did?
Oh.
So, here's the thing. It is not a fucking good game. It's an ugly ass game. I would say it's.
I think it looks great.
No, it does look kind of ugly. It do be ugly looking.
Let me tell you, I bought the first game and I quit after about an hour. I was that fucking bored.
I bought the first game. I quit after they got to the girl who was like, "Mommy, mommy, 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 mommy." I'm like,
Mommy.
"Oh, for fuck's sake!"
I quit after like the highway scene.
Yeah, I don't remember Bayonetta 1.
Yeah, I tell you, I can't explain much more than like Bayonetta and the dude was in like a car on the highway and like all hell breaks loose. That's it.
Slap them thighs.
But no, I mean,
past Thysa, damn it.
I was kind of looking at some of the games. There's a couple games that I have on here that I didn't nominate because I'm like, well, either I didn't finish it or they just sucked. So I was like, well, Bayonetta 3. I had the ending stuck in my head. At the ending there's like a dance scene, and there's a song, and it was stuck in my head for at least 2 weeks. And I could just picture them dancing, and I'm kind of curious. I'm interested to see where they go with the new character, the new girl.
I wanted to play as her, and when they're like,
you can play.
Now you're playing as Jean, I was like, give up.
You get to play as Viola like 3 times, and it's the worst.
She's why I bought the game.
She doesn't have a chainsaw blade.
You can play as her.
Oh yeah, but like my problem was that I started and I'm playing as Bayonetta. I'm like, that's fine, and then they're like, now play as Jean in this random mini.
So
game.
I just tanked all that. I just ran.
You see,
through
Phil
it.
played on normal.
Oh, you probably got fucked then.
Oh, I did.
I played on
did
easy.
just fine. Like
Yeah, but you couldn't just like damage tank everything.
Well, no, of course not.
But
I wanted to play it properly because I like character action.
See, I played it and like maybe the first 3 worlds I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna look for everything, and then I'm like, you know what? I just want this game to end.
I never saw the turtle, the three creatures, whatever, 3 animals.
Oh yeah, the frog, the crow, and the.
I never saw them
cat.
once. I'm like, they're in the game, but I don't know.
I would see them and they'd be like, oh, chase us. I'm like, bye.
Yeah.
See you later.
But I don't know. I just like I said, I like the opening where it's just like, yeah, fuck, New York's just gone. Do we care? Nope.
Yeah, that was weird.
There's a whole lot of like, oh man, the world just blew up. It's like, whatever.
And I will say this: there was controversy earlier with that lady. It would have been kind of cool. I told Jacob, I said it would have been kind of cool if she just swallowed her pride and said, "I'll take the $20,000 and I'll voice the character." Because there's a scene at the very end. You care?
Well, the sad part was that the 20,000. It was like 20,000 a day.
No, it was 20,000 as a lump sum for 5 days, 4 hours a piece. It was 5 recording sessions for like 4,000.
But there's a.
That's not.
I'm gonna spoil.
For voice acting, it's not bad.
I'm not gonna finish it.
The 3 Bayonettas from each game show up at the very end.
Oh, cool.
And
They're different.
Yeah.
Yeah, each game has a different version of.
Yeah,
them.
Bayonetta 3 had no idea what it wanted to do, so it's like multiverse. Fuck it, whatever.
So
we can't follow.
So it would have been cool if that lady who voiced Bayonetta in the first 1 and 2 voiced the, but
that probably would have been the
but because she was crazy and so that's the only part I thought would have been cool if she voiced it. But anyways, number 27, Dusk Divers.
Dusk Diver 2. It's a. I think it's a Taiwanese Dynasty Warriors like, and it's kind of hard to explain to 2 people who have no idea about that kind of shit. So
I mean, I know. Are you referring to me? Because I know what Dynasty Warriors is.
I mean,
But
yeah.
you know what Dusk Divers is.
No.
That's what he was.
Well, the first one was like a Dynasty Warriors, and then the second one kind of goes off a little differently. But like it's like half Persona in a way. It's wild.
I looked it up because I was curious about buying it. And it looked all right.
It's something you'd probably have to see to understand because I can't do it justice.
Yeah, I only played like 10 minutes of it, and I found out that there was no save button, and I'm on a time crunch in the morning when I'm playing games, and that was my biggest thing why I didn't play it. Because I was like, well, I don't want to get to a spot where it's like, well, fuck. I'm glad I played, going back to Bayonetta 3 for a second, I'm glad I played that at home, because that last boss fight was like an hour and a half, and I was like, fuck. And that's my fear when I play these games, where it's like, I don't want to get into a fight where it's like, yeah, you haven't saved in like 3 hours, and well, hopefully, you're good. So that's why I didn't play it any longer, and because I wanted to help Jacob, because we knew
wanted to give Dust Diver 2 some more points.
And then I played, and I was like, I can't do it, Jacob. I'm so sorry.
It's about fucking some alien dimension kind of invading our world, but not really.
This would probably be a good thing with having the video up there.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been kind of nice, but it's whatever. It didn't make it that high on my list anyway, so it's not that important.
All right, number 26, the game of the year last year, Metroid Dread.
Woo! We don't have to explain this one at all. Moving on.
Who played Metroid Dread this year? Oh, okay.
I played it in like June. Yeah.
All right, moving on.
It's a great game. I could say it.
We don't need to talk about it.
We don't need to explain it.
It was my first one.
I don't care. Moving on.
You don't have to explain what the game is. You had a good time with it, as should anyone. Good fun.
All right, well, I guess we're moving on. I was gonna let you explain, but
Jake's being an ass. He got to talk about fucking.
You better believe it.
But the problem is that we can already feel how long this is gonna be.
Oh, I think we're getting close. I mean, we're almost halfway.
Yeah, but that's the problem. We're gonna start hitting the ones where we all have something to
Well,
say.
there's gonna be probably one that will probably cut in half, because after this podcast, you're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
So that'll come out. But anyway, so the next one we have Trails of Cold Steel, and I didn't put the.
No one needs to know about that. We can just skip to the next one.
Aaron's like, I know who this one is.
Everybody knows what that was.
Down!
There's been like fucking 30 Trails games.
Moving on!
We can go to the next one.
No, there's only 10 of them. No, yeah.
Every JRPG plays the same. God is the final boss. Next game.
God was not the final boss of this one.
This game looks like a PS2 game.
It was a PSP game. It was a wizard.
If any JRPG would not end with you fighting God, it would be the Trails games. Trails of Cold Steel games.
No, the Trails of Cold Steel games ends with you fighting a god.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Trails from Zero, that one ends with you fighting a wizard who midnights as a physician.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a detective game.
Is it?
You get to be the police.
Who steals?
Yes. You get to open all the chests and they talk to you. Anyway, moving on.
Cool.
Alright, I won't spend much time on this one. Number 24, Soul Hackers. I was going to say 4. I got all the points at the end, so. Yeah, this is basically Persona, but with, with a different skin. I liked it because majority of it is voice acted in English. You can save in dungeons, which is nice. The only problem is I just knew it was gonna be a long time, and I got to the part where like you had to fight the boss. I think is the boss, but you're getting your ass beat. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, I'm not.
Well, I
ready for
canonically died here.
Yeah. Well,
Game over.
You get the run, so I was like, I'm gonna call it good there.
I remember you specifically saying it was just another Persona.
It's another SMT. That's all it is.
I should say Soul Hackers 2, by the way.
That's what it
It
is.
sounds like an SMT.
It is SMT. Like
This, I would say,
same.
It's the
monsters.
sequel to an SMT game that came out on the Saturn.
I would say if you want like easier Persona game, probably play Soul Hackers 2 because I think it's probably the easiest of the three. I think if you want hard, you want SMT, right? And then Persona is like kind of in the middle.
Persona's usually pretty fucking easy, but that's just.
I imagine they're all pretty easy, actually.
Well, actually, no, because I've died in Persona games.
Yeah, that's because you get hit with one like straight Big Bang Burger attack.
Yeah, it's bad.
All you gotta do is fight space boss.
And then SMT4 is like you can die in the tutorial. Don't play SMT4.
Wait, which one? There's
The
two of
original.
them.
Isn't there like a zombie one?
That's
Oh,
Yakuza.
dude, there's anything.
Not Yakuza. There is an SMT4 game with zombies. I'm pretty sure.
Shin Megami Tensei is everything and anything you want it to be.
Yeah, High School Simulator, Apocalypse, Double
There it is.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
Anyway.
All right, so number 23, Saints Row the reboot. I kind of enjoyed this game. It was not good at all.
Good.
Put it on my
Moving
top-
on.
What I mean by not good, is it's just people say 2 and 3 are the best
Because they are.
They are. I'm not denying it. But this was kind of like a reboot. It was not as bad as what people were making it out to be. I did get to the end of the end boss fight, and then I was like, oh, he was actually the end boss. I thought there was gonna be something else, and then
Is it the dude in the cowboy hat?
yeah.
No.
I mean, he's wearing a cowboy hat. Of course, he's the final boss.
I was kind of hoping. So what happens is you fight him, and then you get kicked out of your job, and you're like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna recruit this guy. You recruit him, and he's kind of like, fuck you, and then he's like, I kind of like you, and then I was like, please don't betray me. I'm like, I don't want to see
and
this.
then he pulled a traitor.
I don't want to see this fucking like surprise me, and he's like, oh, by the way, I'm the villain. I'm like, I fucking knew you were gonna be the villain. And then I beat him, and I was like, is that it? And I was like, that's the end of the game. I was like,
They say we are the saints, and then credits.
so, yeah, I just like the soundtrack, with it being I think it's in Vegas or something.
I specifically remember when the protagonist like leaves his job, and he just says like a bunch of really cringy like "fuck this sucks,"
yeah, it's
shit.
like, yeah.
Like I just remember seeing that on Twitter, and I was just like, "Is this really this game?"
Yeah. Which, I mean, I think if we all put a camera or, record ourselves talking, you'd probably be like, wow, I say swear words a lot. I don't even realize it. It's just ingrained.
Oh, I swear all the time.
I try not to, but I do it all the time. All right, so this game would have helped me last year, I think. But, again, number 22, Tales of Arise.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Are we gonna do that with every game now?
You stopped! You said that! You're like, yep.
We're gonna do that to all the games we talked about last year, yeah?
We didn't talk about Tales last year.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it came out last year.
It was on the Game of the Year award thing that Aaron talked about.
Did you play? Oh, did you put it
Yeah,
on? Oh,
I
well,
liked
I
it.
played it this year. It was
Yeah,
good.
it would have helped me.
It had a really good story. Sounded better than Jake's Trails game.
Do you fight God at the end?
I don't think
No,
Is it a scientist?
no.
Okay.
Did you have a giant
I don't
revenge
even remember
boner
what
arm?
happened last game.
I don't care.
You do have there is a revenge boner.
But is there a revenge boner
You're a
arm?
slave.
I know you go to space.
Yes.
What?
There's two races of people, and you're enslaved by the other one.
Great. It's
You arise into space so we can move on.
hooray.
Sonic did the same thing. All right, let's go.
All right, so number 21, we have Valkyrie Elysium. I love that album like at the bottom.
That's because you're the only one who played.
I know.
games.
That's when I looked at the list. I was like, well, I knew that was coming again. You just play as a blonde hair girl.
You play as a Valkyrie,
Yeah, plays a Valkyrie.
and you go to Elysium.
and you get to Moving on. No, it just mean, it's the I think the 25th Square Enix game that came out this year.
Wait, fuck, there were 25?
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, it's right. It's probably not 25, but there was at least you had Harvestella, Valkyrie Elysium.
Oh, you don't have to name them.
Valkyrie.
No, name all 25.
Chronicles.
We're at the 25-minute mark, so you have to name all 25.
I think there's a Final Fantasy, anyways.
16 hasn't come out yet.
That come out
No,
in June.
they would have been Stranger of Paradise.
But no, you play.
Right.
You basically you're walking around in these towns that are kind of there's only a couple people and it's the apocalypse has happened or is going to finish up, and then you do get to I think you're with Thor. I think so. There is a god, and then since I didn't do all the side quests, I got the quest where all my teammates got to go to heaven, and I got to go to the new world. Moving on.
We're just gonna say that.
Number 20, Neo 2.
Moving on.
Our game of the year for the first one.
Yeah.
Moving on. We know all about it. Let's go.
Yeah.
No.
We don't need to talk
You
about...
skipped my games. Let's go. Moving
Wait,
on.
is Neo 2 your game, Phil?
Yeah.
Why the fuck is Neo 2 your game?
Because I played most of it this year.
Okay, moving on.
Foreshadowing. Moving on.
Look, Neo 2 has already won an award. It already won Game of the Year from us.
Fair enough. Good fucking game.
I hope the game of the year this year gets to be on the game of the year this year. So then we'll have all three of them on this. I didn't even think about that till now. All right, so number 19 is Persona 5 Strikers. Moving on. No,
I mean, we all know what that game is.
I know whose it is. So
we did talk about it last year.
Was it on last year?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Jake definitely put it on his last year, but I played it this year.
No, I didn't put it on mine last year.
So now we know.
I remember it getting snubbed, or SMT5 getting snubbed because of it.
So now we get to talk about it?
No.
Oh. Moving on.
So we know next year that all the games that we bring up next will be back on the game of the year list next. But go ahead, you can talk about it.
It is a Warriors Persona game.
You
Moving
go on a field trip
Yes.
to Japan.
So I get
What?
You go on a field trip to beat up weird adults again.
Cool.
Except they're not the bad guys, because they're the Angry Joe is the bad guy for a little.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then you fight God.
Again.
Another one?
Yes.
Not Yaldabaoth.
No, you fight Yaldabaoth's sister or whatever the fuck.
It pulls
doesn't make any sense.
It pulled a Saints Row and said, "Hey, you're not the villain, are you? You are the villain."
Look, they made an AI that became God. Moving on.
Cool.
All right, number 18, another one of my games, The Quarry. It's basically wherever that company is.
Until Dawn.
Yeah, Until Dawn.
In a campground, and the werewolves explode into flesh chunks, and it's really gross, and they suck.
I was just saying this. I was doing pretty good in my story, and I made one fucking mistake because it didn't tell me that. There's an option. There's a wolf chasing you, and a werewolf, and you can run into the cooler, or you can try to run past them. Well, in my head, I was like, well, if I run the cooler, I'm gonna fucking die. So let me run past them. Well, my fucking two guys got murdered. I'm like, no, I was doing so well. And I watched a playthrough, and you're supposed to run into the cooler, and you trap the werewolf in there. Moving on. Another one of my games.
Everyone.
Lake. So this was on last year.
What game?
Lake.
Oh, Lake.
So you're a tech. I think you're not actually making Microsoft Windows, but you're making something that's going to be the Microsoft Windows in this universe. And so you go back, and your dad's like, oh, I'm going on vacation, so you deliver the mail. This is the 80s, by the way.
Yeah, this is some fucked up nepotism.
So it's like, hey, you get to deliver all these people's packages, and
I've seen it at GameStop. So
it's a fun game. I really did like the ending.
Didn't or did?
Did.
Oh.
There's 3 different endings. You could choose to stay there, you could choose to leave, or become the millionaire, or you can run away with this other lady who stalks you.
So Jake's ending.
What?
She owns a VHS store, and so she knows everybody what people buy. And she's like, oh, I know your name, and I looked you up and stuff. So it's a good game. Like I said, it was on last year. We didn't talk. I mean, I think that I knew I was going to lose last year, so I just wanted to give it recognition. So it actually came out this year, and I played it. So number 16 is Mario and Rabbids, Sparks of Hope. That was nominated by Josh. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So the guy who's not here to explain it. Anyway, moving on.
yeah, so basically it's a kiddie version of XCOM. Moving on. Number 15. I'm probably gonna say this wrong. Thymesia.
Thymesia.
Okay.
Did all of us put this on?
I put it on.
I put it on. It was really low though.
It was my number 9th.
Yeah,
I didn't put it on.
was my.
It was also my 9th.
Wow.
No.
Superland was my 10th.
10th, 9th, 8th. It was my 7th.
Oh, that's how it got so high.
Yeah. That's my fault. It was fucking good.
Yeah, the guy who didn't actually beat it.
So?
He put it up higher than the two.
I don't
beat it.
beat most of my games. That doesn't mean I can't have an opinion.
No, I'm just saying that you didn't beat it, but both Aaron and I platinumed it, and we both put it at 9.
Surprisingly really good for an indie Souls game.
Yeah, but you guys play and beat a lot more games than I do, so... And I played a lot of Thymesia.
It is a Sekiro Bloodborne-like, surprisingly average, decent for indie.
Yeah, it was good. I can't remember why I stopped. I think I was playing it while still not beating Elden Ring.
It came out... I don't remember when it came out.
It came out in like September, I think.
Mm.
Maybe August.
I think it was late August, early September.
Wasn't it that you got it first, and then you're like,
Yeah,
this game, and then you're like...
Aaron brought it up. He's like, guys, have you seen this Thymesia game? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, no, but I'll check it out. And then I think I spent an extra $10 on Amazon, and I got it like a week before you did.
Yeah.
Even though you pre-ordered it.
Mine was delayed, and then like Jake ended up platinuming it a few days before me because of that reason. Because mine took like a few days to get later to get there because it was like delayed.
But yeah, no, Thymesia was a good time. There were some things I would change about it, mostly being like, I don't remember what it was now.
Really solid combat for an indie game.
The parries were cool, but it...
I'm talking to him.
The claw mechanic and taking away that health part was honestly really cool. I enjoyed it because it's not something I've ever seen in a game like that. It made it kind of annoying, but you know,
I got rid of the claw.
I didn't pick up on it right away. I didn't pick up on the claw mechanic until like my first boss. What was the first boss's name?
Odor.
Odor. Yeah, I was gonna say Varg. But
Well, Varg was the first.
the
boss.
technical first boss, but you're supposed to die to him unless you want to get the platinum.
Yeah, and then Odor shows up and just like, hey, I'm very powerful. And it's just like, yeah, you are. You're kicking my ass up and down the street. Thanks, Odor. I can't go anywhere else to level up.
I think my favorite part was that we both got stuck on like that first two-handed sword guy that they threw
Varg.
at you.
That's
No,
not Varg.
not the boss.
Oh, two-handed. Oh,
There's just a two-handed sword guy.
So the tutorial guy that
Yeah.
actually teaches you.
And it was just like,
yeah,
I keep fucking dying.
he clapped me.
That guy wasn't as big of an issue as the spearmans hanging out in Odor's level.
I didn't mind the spear.
The spearman's always got me. I'm gonna kill him this time, and then he's just like, no, you're not. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right.
To be fair, though, that tutorial kind of sucked. It doesn't do a good job at teaching you, like, hey, like, the claws are very important.
I mean, I would say that once you actually stop trying to play the game how you want to play it, and play it the way that they want you to play it, it gets a lot easier. But...
It gets a lot easier once they give you the claw upgrades. Or you get the claw combos.
Yeah, the claw, like... Oh, yeah, no, the full claw combo. I for some reason, I was thinking of the charge claw when we were talking about claws and me wanting to forget about them. The regular claws are fucking great. The charge claw is fucking stupid.
I think my favorite... I'll say one more thing.
okay.
I think my favorite thing about it was the perk system was short and simple. That being said, though, there's a lot of useless perks.
There are a lot of useless perks, but the best part about the perk system is that you can just reset them whenever the fuck you want.
Yes, and more games need to take note of that.
Yeah, fucking great. Respec whatever you want for free.
I'll take it back. It's fucking great for an indie game.
Yeah, it is.
Worth the $30.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, right.
Very short though.
All right,
Yeah,
number
incredibly short.
Number 14, Tokimeki Memorial.
Yes.
Why?
Because I'm the only.
How did this
person
get
who can.
14?
Because
With
Phil
two
put
of
it
you.
as his number 2.
It was my number 2.
And it wasn't on my list, so don't get mad at me.
Wait,
Anyway.
who's got 14 with just him?
Yes, because
Jesus.
it's got 9 points. 'Cause fuck y'all. Tokimeki Memorial. It's on the channel. If you haven't watched that playthrough, watch that playthrough. It is hysterical.
Look,
I had a blast.
I've heard all about riding with Mr. T.
Yeah, that's only the tip of the iceberg of the shit that
And
happened.
all
in that
about the women
playthrough.
that stalked you.
Yeah, that we somehow ended up with, and we don't know how.
I looked up the wiki. Apparently, she's a consolation prize.
Damn it!
I don't know if you can actually end with nobody.
You can.
Okay, so like,
I watched somebody what's his name? The guy who did the 6-hour review of it. His first playthrough ended with him with no one.
all right then.
So it is possible. We didn't fuck up that hard.
See, I might have put this on my list if most of like the good parts of it didn't come from Google translating and shitting the bed every 5 seconds.
For me though, like that was the whole experience, and like I had a great time, and the ending.
Look,
the
okay,
ending
hang on,
was
hang on.
legitimately great.
Hang on. What is mouth catching? Although
I'll
will-
Google it right now.
Although I will say the Hokkaido bear, that was
The Hokkaido bear was incredible, and then the random man with the shotgun. It was a magical experience, partially because we played it in possibly the worst way possible when a translated version existed, and partially because it was just insanity. It was all the fun of Persona dating, but stupid because we didn't know what the fuck we were doing, and those plays were amazing.
I'm getting like tons of things for infectious diseases.
Hell
yeah, okay, let's not talk about mouth catching anymore. Anyway, moving on.
All right, so 13 and 12 will go by fast. 13 nominated by Brennan, Genshin Impact.
Oh,
Yeah!
Moving on.
One?
Is what?
Was that his number 1?
No.
Oh.
It did beat Sonic though, yeah! At the Game Awards it did.
Oh, yeah, the Game Awards.
Why?
Because Primo Gems, anyway.
And then number 12 was nominated by Corey, God of War Ragnarok.
Okay.
At number 9. I haven't played it, so.
I have yet.
Oh,
to play
number 11 will go by fast too. Number 11, well, never mind. You played it. But you didn't nominate it. Number 11, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, nominated by Josh at number 9.
It's a Kirby
At
game.
10 points.
No, it's at 9. 9 points.
It's a
Yeah,
Kirby
wasn't
game
it?
like
oh, yeah,
any
it
other
was.
Kirby
It was
game.
his second, yeah.
So
What'd you say? Sorry, Phil.
it got bumped off my list by the update because it was like it was a Kirby game. I mean, yeah, it was 3D, but it was a Kirby game.
Yeah, it was fine. Like I was collecting all the Waddle Dees, and then I got to like the 4th world, and I'm like, man, this should be over by now. It had the Bayonetta effect, where it's just like I'm having a good time, but I would like to not be doing this anymore. And then it's just like, no, there's a whole nother world after this. I'm like, no, thank you. You can keep that. That's fine, Kirby. I don't need to see your greasy fucking Sonic OC. Look, the final boss is Optimus Prime versus a greasy Sonic OC.
Okay, I need to beat it.
Yeah, no, it's great.
All
Alright, number 10, I didn't put the full name, so you're going to.
It's Record of Lotus War Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth.
That's a fucking mouthful.
Was
I was not expecting
Was
that
that
one.
your number 1?
No, that was my number 2.
Okay.
So it's a Metroidvania based off an anime from the 90s. And it looks a lot like Symphony of the Night. You got this thing where you can choose between a fire element or a wind element. And if you got the wind element equipped, you absorb all wind attacks towards you. And you power up your fire element. And then when you switch to fire, you absorb fire attacks. And it's really cool. It's kind of a short indie game, but it goes through most of the anime, actually. And it's a real good time. I had a lot of fun with it. Nice pixel art. Nice music. Anyway.
Number 9 was Stray.
I forgot about Stray.
I was kind of surprised. I was waiting for you to put it on there. I think Stray was pretty fun. I mean, you play as a cat. I'd say 2/3 of the game is fun. The last third, it's kind of like
Yeah.
you put a stealth section in here, and it's not that good. And
It drags. It's over really quickly, too.
my favorite part, and I'm going to sound like a monster, but when the cat dies to electricity, that was the best fucking... Yeah.
I don't think I've ever died that way.
Well, I was being dumb, and I got shocked, and he just falls over dead. I'm just like, wow, that's funny.
That's electrocution.
But I liked it. I mean, you get to figure out why the humans aren't there anymore and all that
It
stuff.
was a nice little, cute little adventure.
You just forgot about it.
Yeah.
Other
did.
games came out.
All right, number 8, we have Sekiro.
Oh, yeah, well, you guys know who played Sekiro. And you know about Sekiro. I finished it this year, platinumed it. Amazing game.
Well,
I mean,
Moving
we've never
on.
talked about
Yeah,
Sekiro
yeah,
on the channel.
Yeah.
we never.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you said moving on, so.
All right,
No,
moving on.
no, go ahead.
It was probably the biggest hurdle in gaming for me, but as soon as I finished it,
You were on top of the world! Because that's
One-
how Sekiro be!
yeah, it's an experience.
It's
hard.
You beat Ishin on all 4 of his health bars, and you're just like, fuck you, game, you can't stop me now, and then you go into New Game Plus.
Dude,
and
he's
you
not
die.
even the hardest boss in that game.
Demon of Hatred? Yeah,
Fuck Demon of Hatred.
Demon of Hatred's a fucker too.
Yeah. At least you only have to fight him once, though.
Yeah, and doesn't he only have like 1 health bar? You got 2 health bars?
Demon has 3.
Fuck!
And he's not a Sekiro boss. Unless you perfect parry Demon of Hatred, you're taking damage.
Yeah, he's a Bloodborne boss in my Sekiro game. Whatever. Anyway.
But yeah, we don't have to spend too much time on Sekiro. It's a great game. I gave it my number 1. I gave it 10 points.
This is your number 1, so
Yeah,
take your
it
time.
was a great game. It's my
The
second.
next
favorite,
3 in a row are our number 1s, besides Phil's.
It's my second favorite FromSoft game. It's a fantastic game. Moving on.
All right. All right, number 7.
I could talk about it for too long. So
All right.
moving on.
I'm letting you have your moment, and you're like, I can talk about it, and you're like,
That's why I'm done.
oh, okay. Can I move on?
Yes.
All right. Number 7. I don't have the full name. Xenoblade Chronicles.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Oh, wow.
Just the number 3.
I didn't know. I thought it was gonna be something else.
No, it's basically, hey, you take the world of Xenoblade 1, you add it to the world of Xenoblade 2, and they fight each other, and it just happens forever, and nothing changes.
Sick.
Oh, that's my number 1.
Yeah, it was my number 1 because, you know, I wanted to at least get high on the list, and I figured if I put it anywhere lower than 3, it would not get...
So let me ask you this. Behind the scenes.
Also, I had a genuinely fun experience exploring things.
When you're making this list, would this come after our conversation with my game, where I'm like, I'm just only putting that at the top because I wanted to get a little higher?
No. Xenoblade 3 was already my number 1 since, like, July.
Okay.
Since when it came out.
Okay.
Because, like, I had a good time exploring things. Like, there was a big world, and characters were fun, and it was a good time.
Is 3 easier to get into than 2?
Yes.
Because I've thought about giving 3 a chance.
3 doesn't have the gacha features that 2 did.
Because
2 had a lot of, like, hey, maybe you get a rare blade, maybe you don't. You probably don't. But no, 3, all the characters you can get normally, and you don't have to, like, rely on luck.
I've thought about giving the series another chance. It's just, man, 2 it felt like really boring in the beginning.
It's a JRPG where you fight God at the end.
To be fair, and this is what I'll say, I'll go back to Tales of Arise for a second. I got off of it like 3 times before I really got pulled into it.
Really?
Tales of Arise is really boring until you get like to the middle of the game.
That's just
But a lot of JRPGs do suffer from that.
right.
Like they
a lot
get
of them
bored.
suffer for being too long.
Too long and too boring.
Oh, they all have that problem.
They're very inflated.
Except for Pokemon. Some Pokemon.
I was gonna say, what are you talking about?
Like Red and Blue. They don't have that problem. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 6 is it? I guess it's my game of the year, but I wouldn't put it as the top. There's another game that's above it that I'd probably put. I did Horizon for Brennan West. It's the Goaty Maker. Whatever game comes out next to it, it makes it the game of the year. As confirmed as I made.
2017 Breath of the Wild got it.
Brett made-
They're
2020.
just bad at releasing games.
And
they're bad at releasing times.
Then it just made Elden Ring the game of the year. So basically, the thing I say it does everything that it does in the first one that I liked. The only thing I'd say is it kind of starts you off slow, and then you get to the end of the game and you're like, fuck, I want that next part. You know, it sucks. It's like I don't know what they're gonna do how they're gonna do the next part because it's basically God coming at you.
Oh,
It's not God. It's not God.
It's machine God.
No,
it's machine. But yeah, machine.
It's even
AI.
dumber.
Oh, great! Awesome.
It's AI God.
I mean,
it's a virus.
I'll be honest. My entire experience with the Horizon series was watching a playthrough of it and giggling, and getting into a giggling fit over machines blending dolphins. I don't know why. I just thought that was the funniest fucking thing of just watching dolphins fall into a blender. Just red mist. I don't know. But I know what happens in the first one. I get grumpy at the game series for stealing a bunch of my own game ideas.
So I played a little bit. I bought Forbidden West. I got it pretty cheap for $20.
Yeah, I forgot I got a little beef with you.
What beef?
You said the game sucks. Or
it does.
You said sorry, not sucks. You said it's shit.
It is. It's boring.
I was like, it's not shit. As you look at these other games, it's like, you can say it's
Forbidden West is boring. Its tutorial section is it's literally in the first area of the last game, and it does nothing different from the first game.
Look, guys, it's a very, very well polished turd. Very high def turd. You can see all the.
I was about to come to your house and you're like, yeah, the game's shit. I was like, oh fuck you, Aaron.
I mean, to be fair, I looked at Horizon like I joked that like, oh, it stole a bunch of my game ideas. Fuck that game. But like everything I saw about it, it's like, why do I have to unlock these abilities that I just wanted at the very beginning? And then I remember hearing from him, it's like, yeah, it's the same game, and I'm like, all right.
And I'll agree. I mean, I'll agree to your point that it is.
Let me revise my take. I don't think the game sucks. Okay. I
do think it is bad.
I think it's just kind of boring, and it's a very bland open world game.
And I agree. I mean, it is boring. You know, I mean, I can admit it is boring. Where it's like they really didn't have any idea what the hell they didn't know how to get from. They're already at B, and they want to get to D. So like, how do we put C in here? Like, how do we figure that out?
There needs to be something added to it to make it more fun. The only thing I really like about Horizon are the designs.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
God damn it!
It's not. No.
I do like the designs of those, though.
They've been gone for long enough that
they're not aliens. They're humans.
They're humans that went to space and then came back, and they were really mad that the world hadn't been terraformed for them yet. So they decided they were gonna hack the terraforming instead of waiting like 2 months.
That being said, though, the designs of the machines aren't bad. I think whoever did the job of that did a pretty good job.
They're alright.
Wait, what'd you say?
The robot designs.
The robot machines.
You said the robot designs are bad?
No,
I'm saying whoever designed those did a pretty good job.
I think you said the robot designs are bad. And then you said whoever did their job is good or something like that. I was like, I'm not following here. I'm like,
I said they aren't bad. Whoever did a pretty good job designing.
Sorry, I didn't hear they aren't.
I feel like they have like. The machines that I saw, they kind of have that Transformers problem. Not OG Transformers, like the movies Transformers.
The Bayformers?
They're just a little too busy. But that's, again, me wanting to make a game in a similar... My own game was post-apocalyptic with lots of machines, and I had different ideas for designs. I have a lot of opinions about it. But they're just my opinions. They're not really that at all. So
I already know what the next 5 are. They're all the games that I picked.
So keep that in mind as we go from Horizon Forbidden West to the game over top of it, Sonic Frontiers.
Yes! Yeah!
A good Sonic game!
My first Sonic game in like 18 years.
Sonic's back, baby! Time for them to fuck it up next game.
Hell yeah.
But it's kind of bad.
It's written...
At some points, it's really bad.
There's a noticeable quality dip about midway through the game, and then it kind of comes back.
I know you guys told me that the pinball is a running gag, but let me tell you, that fucking fucking sucked.
It wasn't that bad.
Dude, I was at that part for like an hour just getting
Maybe
super unlucky.
Maybe you just got a skill issue.
It's not skill, man. It's fucking pinball.
Yeah, maybe
Pinball's
you
a
just suck at
skill.
pinball.
Pinball just... it's...
Maybe you weren't collecting the red coins.
I collected all the damn red coins. I shouldn't have had to get fucking like 5 million points.
You can get up to like a 250 fucking multiplier.
But yeah, they put that red coin in the douchiest spots sometimes.
Maybe get good at pinball.
No.
Maybe don't
I'm
suck
playing
at it.
Sonic.
Yeah, you should know pinball.
Anyway,
No, the worst part was collecting gears for Tails, because 1, fuck Tails, and 2, that didn't need to have a time limit.
That sucked too, but
Was
I
it
actually
gears?
didn't
I thought it
suck.
was
I didn't do bad at
wrenches.
that part.
What?
I thought you threw wrenches at him.
You throw wrenches at him, but his
Have you finished it?
No.
his third.
I had to ask.
So you know how each character, like they each have like 4 events before you can move on to the next island.
Yep.
His like third event is you have to collect gears and shit for this cannon.
Oh.
And they're like, you need to have a time limit. Also, the floor falls out from underneath
Oh
you.
god. Okay. Yeah. This is starting to ring a bell.
Because you were in the party when I was doing it. Because I was getting really mad.
I was
Yeah.
getting mad at the paintball. Paintball. I'm just
And-
curious, what did you guys give it?
I gave it.
I gave it a 7.
I gave
It's
it
my
a
number
0.
5.
7, 5.
Well, it got 6 points.
It was my 6.
It was my number 5, so it got 6 points.
Yeah.
So can you guys tell me what the thing with the ramps in the middle of the island is about?
The rails,
Yeah.
that's the fast travel.
Yeah, basically as you complete the map, it creates more rails, and once the whole rail system's set up, you can just grind wherever the fuck you want to go.
Yeah.
Also, if you turn on speed mode, which I didn't do until the final island.
I actually never turned that on.
It's great!
Because if you don't turn speed mode on, you move at like a third of your speedometer down there at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't go into the blue.
Yeah.
But you turn speed mode on, you're just like, boom!
And it's like...
You actually go fast.
Yeah, you go fast, and
Well,
like
'cause
what it should feel like in a Sonic game.
Well, because that's the weird part, is the way that they word it, it's like, it's the mode for experts. And I was like, I don't know what I want. Yeah, sure, let's do speed mode. And it's like, no, this is just how a Sonic game should play.
Yeah, because I remember you were telling me, you're like, yeah, I'm like level 15 in speed and whatnot, I'm already in the blue when I boost. And I'm like, I'm level fucking 99.
Yeah.
And I don't even get to the fourth bip when I boost. And you're like, oh, well, you know, turn max speed on. I'm like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
I know Jake will call it butt rock, but I pretty enjoyed the I enjoyed the music.
It's kind of more butt metal now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We've hit butt metal.
I enjoyed the portal, like the area music.
Oh.
Like the stage music.
The music in that game is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's real good.
I want the soundtrack to Sonic Frontiers. It's really good.
You can buy it.
I can't believe it
Somewhere.
didn't, like, I'm not gonna say I can't believe it got snuffed at the Game Awards, but like
It's a Sonic game.
it didn't get at least nominated for best score.
Look, the Jeff Keighley Awards are staffed by a bunch of people with the most stereotypical taste.
And that's why they
opinions.
gave the best soundtrack to God of War.
Wow.
Should have been Xenoblade, I know. Xenoblade had like 14 hours worth of music.
That doesn't mean it's good.
They made their own instruments.
What?
They made custom flutes.
Like, actually made.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why Flute Guy went off.
Damn.
I like Food Guy. All right, so we'll move on. Number 4 is Fortnite. It was nominated by Corey and Brennan. as their
People
game.
without taste.
Exactly.
This is if I was trying to keep it to since I was keeping all games this year, I didn't nominate Fortnite, but this probably would have been my game of the year if.
Did they play Fortnite this year
Like,
for the
did
first
they
time?
start playing?
No.
That sounds illegal.
Well, because then...
That sounds like an illegal game.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's hard to get answers out of them, and
Alright.
so I was like, they're like, well, I played Fortnite. I was like, you want that to be game of the year? Sure. So
Alright.
it was. I think it was Brennan's number 7, and then Corey gave it.
Brennan gave you 7 fucking games?
Oh no, as his points.
Okay, I was gonna say Brennan gave you 7.
No, it was fucking hard to get their answers out of them.
But Josh only gave me 3 games.
I know. I'm gonna do an audible on this one for the next one. because we're gonna record an episode right after this.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep it short. Number 3, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Hell yeah.
Really? It got
Yeah.
3. Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised now.
I ranked it higher than I did
It was
some
my
other games.
It was my third.
Yeah, I think
it
put it
was
as my number 8.
I think I put it at 8 too, or somewhere down there.
It was my third, yeah.
But alright, so moving on.
Yeah.
Number 2, Elden Ring. It was this was Brennan's number 1.
This was a game that was being talked about banned from this list. We were just gonna be like, Elden Ring wins. Let's talk about other games.
Which, to be fair, number 1 is 34 and number 2 is 31.
I didn't think it'd be on the top of everybody's list, but I knew it would be on it.
No, it's not. It's not anywhere near my top. It's below.
It's my number 2.
It's below half.
It's my 4.
It's my 6.
And I didn't even nominate it.
2, 4, 6,
Yeah.
and 1.
I mean, like it was. I mean, it was a better Breath of the Wild, but like, I beat Breath of the Wild of my own volition. I had to be dragged through like the last third of Elden Ring. Like,
No, it was totally fine. Elden Ring was great. You got to chug orange juice and
it was fine. It was just like
was it orange juice? In
You
that
gotta
game?
wrestle a tiger man. It
Like-
was.
it was fun.
Okay, Horaloo when he shows up, that's the peak of that game. That's
That
where
is the peak of that game.
That's where that game should have fucking ended.
Well, like,
Yeah, because then you fight a fucking dick dragon.
honestly, like
Horaloo just showing up like, yo, you're getting power bombed.
Oh,
He had to-
yeah,
He
yeah.
had to
Oh, yeah.
defend his title. I don't blame him.
honestly, the peak of the game for me was that fucking cat statue.
Yeah. I still remember playing it the first day, and Jake's just dying in the party. He's like, go to this cave right now. I'm like, why? Why do I need to go to this cave? And then he just starts hearing me dying the same way he does. And I'm just like, literally my top 10 moments in gaming history.
No, and then
Occurred in
I
that
was
party.
the third one going in and like just losing because I was like, you both lost it, and I was like, all right, this has a lot to live up to.
It
and
only
then I
has-
see it start to move.
Yeah, it's just one frame fucking cat wielding a greatsword.
It has a maximum of 5 animations.
Like five frames for its
And probably
animation.
5
It's
animations.
incredible.
It swings a sword, it breathes fire, it moves in one direction, it moves up.
It doesn't like it, but like it's always like
Yeah.
immediate judder to
It's
movement.
great.
It's-
That and Horaloo for the best boss in the game.
Like, but that's the thing. It's like the exploration was a blast until like I don't know. There's just something about like my end thoughts about the game where I was just I think it was just having to get through that last third was just such a slog for me, and I was just so disinterested that it was the power creep of the game itself that really. Once I got to like that back third and things were just slaughtering me and I was past level 100 and I was just getting pissed off.
Yeah.
Where it's just bosses would just I felt like I was playing a low level build and I wasn't.
Yeah,
And
you should
that
run a
made
high-level
me
build.
and that made me grumpy because it's like this isn't the game if I want to play the game and get my ass handed to me because I'm playing at low level, I will do that, but I don't want that experience when I'm not asking for it.
Look, you should have just beat the game before the mimic tier.
Got nerf.
Yeah, there we go.
And
Nerf.
it can't solo bosses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just want to play it before that.
Yeah, but like I couldn't do it, and like, and then there was shit like trying to beat what's his face, Giant Man on his tiny horse. And
What are you talking about? Fire Giant's great.
I went through
He's not
hell.
talking about Fire Giant. He's talking about fucking Redan.
Fire Giant.
Oh.
I beat.
Well, Radon's great.
I didn't.
Ah, yes, Fire Giant and his tiny horse.
Yeah, that would have been a better idea. Phase
Anyway.
2, he just spawns a horse. Anyways, my big problems with Elden Ring is I feel like compared to other Souls games, it doesn't have that much of a replay value.
I think it
can-
has a ton of replay value, but I just don't want to replay it.
I can kind of agree with that because I tried to do a mage build on my second run, and I'm like, man, this fucking sucks. And I just kind of gave up. I'm like, there's nothing new to find.
Yeah,
I
that-
might as well just respec my first first character. I can do that for like almost for free.
DLC
yeah.
may change that. Also, I don't think okay, so obviously people like these games for the bosses. It has its bosses that stand out, but it also has bosses that are kind of bad.
Well, the problem is that its worst bosses are the ones you fight multiple times.
You can't tell me with a straight face that the Boner Boat is not the best boss.
That's an exception.
It's not that.
You also get Death Rot from that, so which is a good item.
No, but like once I saw the cat machine for like the third time, I was like, oh,
I'm talking about the main bosses though. Like some of them just aren't that great.
some of them are rough.
I don't like fighting Margit and Morgott, and then Morgott. Like it's just it kind of makes Morgott feel less
Special?
great. Yes, special.
Well, I didn't even understand what he was doing there in
Even
the first place.
even Godfrey's Shadow, and then Godfrey in Horaloo.
That was weird.
I don't know why they did that.
Yeah,
It made the build up to Godfrey feel less cool.
Yeah,
like-
because
You weren't expecting to see Godfrey.
Well, because that was the thing.
Because you're like, I beat the piss ghost. I don't
you fight his gold version, and it's like, oh, that's super cool. And then he shows up for real, and you're like, what? And then he power bombs, and you're like, fuck.
Horaloo is awesome. Nothing is changing how great that was.
Yeah, but like fighting, having him actually show up in the flesh was less cool than I felt like it should have been.
That being said, though, NPCs are peak in this game.
Yeah,
Are they?
sure. I mean, I can't...
Fucking Alexander,
Alexander's alright.
he's the best.
Nah,
He was fine. He just felt like another Sigurd.
He was just Sigmar.
Except
Yeah,
getting stuck in holes.
You have to smack his ass.
And then he gets
He didn't get
depressed.
robbed by Patches.
And then, yeah, Patches was Patches, and not even that good. Yeah, I don't.
But he allows you to get the ugliest armor in the game.
Woo.
You get to wear
I didn't care about most of the NPC quests.
you get to wear this armor that's got these giant fucking horns coming out of your titties.
What?
Yeah.
I was about to make a point, and you derailed me completely.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, best firekeeper equivalent in this game.
Melina?
Melina's amazing.
I like a Melina. I feel like I like how they teased how she's gonna have a revenge boner for possible DLC.
I'm down for that.
That is the best possible hidden ending, though. I think that they've done. I don't know. Sure, ending was pretty great in Sekiro. I fucking love that ending. I hate doing it, but I love it. Sorry, I'm talking about Sekiro again. I'm done.
I hate
But-
playing Sekiro, so it's fine. Yeah, Elden Ring. I'm actually glad it didn't get our Game of the Year because
I'm okay with it not.
I didn't think it was. But
Millennia's bullshit. Let's move on.
still haven't beat her.
Okay, anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
This next game we actually don't really have to talk about.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
we
we
already
don't.
have a full fucking episode, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is. What I think it is.
Number one is Pokemon Arceus. So if you guys want to talk about this one, go ahead. Otherwise, I do have stuff after this that I want to bring up, but
I do think the funniest thing is though if I hadn't gotten Josh's votes, this wouldn't have gotten Game of the
Really?
Year. Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
This was Josh's Game of the Year. He gave it full 10 points.
I did too.
Let's see. What did I
I
give it?
played
It
the
would've
game
been- it
like
would've been at
6
20
fucking times.
It would have been
Oh,
at
it was my
24.
third. This is
I
my
have
third.
over 300 plus hours in the game. I played it like 6 fucking times. I tried to speed run it. Like, PLA was... It blew away my expectations, and it's like my ideal Pokemon game because I don't have to give a flying fuck about a bunch of shit that like eats at my.
Here's something I
anxiety.
will add. I will say that you guys really changed my mind about Volo.
What?
Okay.
Well, I used to say that I liked Cynthia a lot, but I think Volo is just a better version of Cynthia.
Oh, well, the
Is that
funny
because
thing
he
is
cheats
that
and he's got 8 Pokemon?
No. Well,
Well,
no.
Volo honestly isn't even actually a Cynthia equivalent. Well, I mean, he is, but he's a fake out because the real Cynthia.
I think he's a really good super boss.
oh, he's great.
Like, I don't know. It was a really good game. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think it's better than Pokemon Violet.
It is a better game for what it is than Pokemon Violet, but
I disagree with you.
It looks
I
better
love
than
Violet.
Pokemon Violet.
I think I had more fun with Scarlet and Violet, but that's only because the game was constantly throwing new things at me.
Scarlet and Violet were busted. Like, here's the thing: Pokemon Legends Arceus is a great game, and it does what it wants to do. Pokemon Violet is
an awesome game because of how much it fails.
That's a really good point.
Like the old, like, if Pokemon Violet ran perfectly, it probably wouldn't have made it as high up.
I'm still on that side though that nobody plays Pokemon for its graphics.
No.
Like I'm tired of those articles coming out saying like, oh, why does Pokemon still look bad after it being Nintendo's best property? It's like
it's fair.
yeah, but like nobody plays Pokemon for that.
But you also have to
except game
keep in mind
journalists.
that Pokemon still gets made with not even 100 people on it when most
Right.
AAA games get way more than that, and they won't change it.
And that's the problem.
Nintendo doesn't want to give Game Freak the
It's
proper
not
funding it deserves.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's not funding; it's Game Freak.
It's not. It's not Nintendo. It's who's
or the
ever
Pokemon
over.
company.
I mean,
Either.
the main problem is that Game Freak won't change, and the Pokemon Company won't let them delay shit, which
Yeah.
they need to do.
They could have delayed this game another year and been fine.
And we would have been fine because we just had Pokemon. We had Pokemon Legends Arceus in the same fucking year. We didn't need.
No,
this
we
game.
need a third mainline Pokemon game. Thank you.
And then not only that, we had BDSM.
Yeah, we literally
Yeah.
had.
Yeah, but
I
that
had
game
that too.
that game
different
sucked.
Pokemon games.
Like most people collectively think that game
But
sucks.
even though that was made by a different party, but
Yeah.
Anyway.
I prefer Violet over Arceus because I just think
They're
Violet
both good Pokemon games.
I
is
feel
more
like
of a
if
vibrant game.
I feel like if Arceus had more new things in it, like it had what 10 new mons.
Had more than that.
Yeah,
15?
but it was also
It was me collecting the Sinnomons again,
well. To be fair,
the ones I hate the most.
PLA was supposed to be a spiritual remake of Gen 4. Like, you could feel that kind of emanating from it. That's why BDSP also came out, because they were like, well, people might not like this.
It did a really good job making me forget about BDSP, which are just the worst remakes ever. I've digested that. They were fucking terrible.
They were
So bad I didn't even buy them.
they were not great, and everything that I loved about playing them was just me, like, I could have just played Platinum again. And
The only thing I liked about BDSP was the fact that the Elite Four were like actually better than they were in the originals.
the Elite Four fucked people up. It was hilarious.
They had like EV trained mods with
EV
held
train-
items.
with good held items and good AI.
Yeah, something
we'll
I
never
wanted.
get it again.
Alright, so we'll move on from the Game Awards, unless there's anything that you wanna.
Congratulations, PLA.
So,
Yeah.
I was gonna do a list separately to this, but I'm pretty lazy right now, so I want to do the games that you'll forget that came out in 2022 list. And feel free to go, oh, that game came out this year, just to see, remember it. So, first game, Babylon's Falls.
Yeah,
Anybody remember that one?
I remembered that it.
I thought
I
that was
remember
last
that
year.
It was this year, isn't it?
Didn't they already like take out? Isn't it at a live service game?
Yep, and it's gonna close a month before it hits a year. So,
Yeah.
That's the platinum one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roller Champion.
I don't even know what that
It's
is.
by Ubisoft.
Okay.
It was their I don't know if you guys know what roller, I think it's called roller derby or something.
Oh, right, yeah.
That one came out and
That came out?
yeah, it came out and nobody talked about it.
Of course not.
When did that one come out? You know what? I'm just gonna look it up. What was it called? Roller Champion?
Yeah,
I remember seeing...
I think it came out in May or June.
Because I'm thinking of a game, but I can't remember what it was.
Oh, you think of Roller Drome?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what...
That's
okay.
that's the Tony Hawk one.
It's different.
Okay, that's the one that I was thinking.
Yeah,
of.
that's what I was thinking of too. All right, then yeah, I don't even.
This
fucking
one
know.
came out in January, and it's already for $15.
Wow.
Rainbow Six Extraction, formerly known before the quarantine, Rainbow Six Quarantine.
Sick.
Wow.
It's a 3-player co-op game, and
Wait, only 3?
yeah.
Who the fuck? I just want 3 people in this game, not 4.
But Yeah, it's
We don't want it too much like Borderlands.
people might hate me for this one. Dying Light 2. I guarantee people are gonna forget this one after this year.
No, that was a February release, and we all remember how.
So
We all remember how important the decision of who gets the water tower was, and how it definitely affected the plot.
Yeah. So
You get to, there's like 3 factions,
Uh-huh.
and you get to make decisions on who to help and who to not help, and it doesn't matter because everybody wants to help you in the end.
Awesome.
So
Well
the
designed.
Dying Light 2 and Gotham Knights I played just a couple weeks ago. Okay, I played Gotham Knights. I got both these on sale for Black Friday, and I was
I like how you clarify that. Like,
Well,
I didn't pay full price for these. I swear.
I'm not fucking paying full price for these games. So I didn't know what my number 10 was going to be, so I was like, well, let me play both these games, you know.
Oh wow, it's neither one of these.
And I got to they're like, you're going to have to do Night section. I'm like, no, fuck that. In Dying Light 2. And then Gotham Knights, it's just boring. And I was like, I can't put this on my list. Nintendo Switch Sports.
Shit.
They just added golf.
It's definitely not. I could agree with that because it's definitely not getting the same love Wii Sports did.
Well, because Wii Sports was a launch title.
True.
And that was smart.
Anybody hear of Kirby's Dream Buffet?
I did.
I remember that.
I remember it was part of the slew of Kirby games that came out that nobody talks about, like Kirby Smash Bros. Nobody talks about that
I
one.
mean, the fucking slurry.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of Kirby games that came out as like $5 eShop titles.
Oh my god.
There's a whole bunch of them, and it's not. It's fine. It's just the Kirby mini games from the Superstar and all that shit. Just as one-offs.
Kirby is Kirby is Kirby. Kirby will always be Kirby, and Kirby will Kirby and Kirby. It's just like Kirby's just decent. It's always decent, and I love Kirby. I wish I had the patience to actually get through one of his games.
Tiny Tina Wonderland.
Oh yeah.
That one came out at the beginning of the year. Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
It's a.
Borderlands.
It's kind of a follow up to the DLC from, was it 2?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know.
I was asking him, not you,
Okay,
because you don't play Borderlands.
Moving
I,
on.
haven't
did
played
play
Borderlands,
Borderlands, but then I
years.
gave up, and I never played 3.
Anyway, it's Borderlands' take on D&D,
Great.
and I hear there's less game in it than Borderlands 3, which is a good thing because you need less Borderlands 3.
And the game that inspired this whole thing that I forgot to put on here until...
Wait, is it not even number 1?
No, well, this is technically number 1 then.
Okay, this one here's number 1.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
there
got-
only 7 games?
Oh, you just
had a little. You didn't. It wasn't the top 10. Okay.
Yeah, no.
See, I was under the impression it was the top 10. I'm like, did we go through 9 games? already? I got nothing else.
So this game came out in March, I believe.
Yeah, it came out on it came out next to Kirby.
Next to Kirby and Horizon,
I've
Tokyo
already-
Ghostwire.
I was gonna say, I already forgot what you were gonna say, even though you brought it up. I'm like, oh yeah, that video game happened. The game that was supposed to be another, oh god, what was it supposed to be?
It's supposed to be like a.
No. I mean, what it originally was supposed to be before it got turned into.
That's what I was trying to think. It was supposed to be like a kind of a horror type.
Well, yeah, it was supposed to be the third.
Evil Within.
Yes, it was supposed to be the next Evil Within game, and then it just kind of got morphed into.
So
this.
the funny there's a lot of games that get really high highs, and then they come out and they're just low lows. Mm-hmm. This was one of them where people were like, "Oh my god, it's not Evil Within 3. Oh, it looks so interesting. It looks like a horror." And then the Asian girl came up on stage on the Game Awards,
And everybody loved her.
And everyone's like, "Oh my god, let me marry her." And then she's like, "I'm out," and she went to platinum, I think.
Sick.
And then this game came out, and everybody's like, "Huh." Moving on.
I'll admit, I saw the trailer, and
It's
I
a
was
beautiful
like,
looking game.
well, yeah,
It is a
I'll give
beautiful
it
wet
that.
fart of a game.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I saw it, and I'm like,
all right, but like this isn't gonna be as cool as people want it to be. Like,
Right.
because you're gonna be in first person, you're gonna be doing weird, stupid hand shit, and I'm like, this doesn't seem like it's actually going to be that fun.
And the story mode is pretty stupid.
Well, it's fighting ghosts with hand shit. Like,
Look, the main villain didn't actually know what he wanted. I think he wanted to resurrect the dead, maybe not.
oh,
I
good.
kinda-
Fucking Beyond Two Souls.
I kind of forgot his.
I think he wanted to
He wanted to resurrect his dead wife and daughter, who he turned into a zombie.
Okay, why does that sound just like Beyond Two Souls?
Because he needed your sister for something, but I don't actually know what he needed your sister for.
Was your sister connected to you by ghost umbilical cord?
No, she was just in a fire and she didn't get ghosted when everybody else got ghosted.
What does that even mean?
There was a fart mist that came out,
Okay.
and it did the rapture. It stripped everybody of their clothes and put them in like spirit orbs that you have to go around town. Because now all the demons are here, and the Tengus are like your best friend. They're grapple points.
Yeah, so basically you can
and you catch all the people's souls in cards, like paper cards, like business cards, and you take that to your nearest telephone booth, which has been rigged up by Scientist Man,
we never meet.
who you don't meet and you don't talk to because he's a shut-in and he doesn't want to talk to anybody
And
on the phone.
everything that he tells you is pre-recorded.
Anyway, you take your business cards, you slap them on the phone, and the people get sent to his hideout or something.
And they never explain how they come back.
And so, like, there's just this naked group of, like, 250,000 in this guy's backyard. And that's the game. It's a beautiful game where
What a
you
plot.
find...
It is such a beautiful game. Like, if you wanted to do a Tokyo walkthrough,
If you want,
fucking play. If you're going to go to
No,
Japan
play
this
a
year,
Cuba Strip.
that one's got vampires in it. This one has Slendermans.
Cool.
Anyway, there's a ghost parade, and they tell you as soon as you see it the first time, like, avoid that. And then you get to the end of the game, you're like, okay, I'm missing like 10,000 spirits. Where are they? And by the way, they're in the ghost parade. And it's just like, really, game? You told me to avoid this, so I've avoided it, and now I have to spend 30 minutes running around town hoping another one will spawn.
yeah, because they're random and it sucks.
Yeah, there's like a
Especially when you're going somewhere and it's like, God damn, I have to sit there and wait for them to walk by. That happened to me once.
Yeah. Well, I usually just turn around and leave. Whenever one of the big ghosts show up, I just go, well, I guess I'm going back through the back streets.
So
Anyway, Ghostwire Tokyo, good game for
that you'll
exploring Shibuya.
that you'll probably forget as soon as you turn this podcast off.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed. That was our game of the year. Let us know what your game of the year is below. We got a bunch of new subscribers. Aaron on his YouTube channel hit 100.
Oh,
I was number 100. I don't know how I wasn't subscribed to you.
I mean,
literally
your guys' main channel is, I think.
maybe that's what it is. Because I
Yeah.
swear I go to your channel all the time and
I need
Check
to
out your
find out how
videos.
many views you're getting.
I'm like, how are you fucking beating us?
How are you getting views on videos that are 30 seconds long?
Of course he's getting views on 30-second videos.
Okay, anyway.
You just can't make ad revenue on it. Anyway.
We'll see you guys next year for Game of the Year, which will probably be populated by a whole bunch of games that came out this year. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.